G'day legends, Jono here from Thermaltake Australia, and we're back with another real-time install. Now real-time installs are where we take maintenance or upgrade tasks and perform them in real time. Now the reason why we do that is so we don't miss all the minor details, but also so you can follow along. Today we're going to be installing RAM, and I know that's a very simple thing. However, there are some small details that you may miss if it's your first time upgrading to new RAM. And the other thing is you could be leaving performance on the table and your RAM is not exactly performing as it should and what it says it does on the tin. So with that all out of the way, let's get started. So the first thing with RAM is you generally purchase sticks in pairs of 2 because we use dual channel memory. And that means the RAM will work optimally with 2 sticks. There's a lot of videos that go into depth about dual channel memory and why it's such a great thing, so feel free to browse that on YouTube after this thing. However, with dual sticks, sometimes we'll only purchase 1 pair, and that's perfectly fine, especially considering you can get away with 16 gigs of memory to 8 gig sticks and play a lot of games and still have great performance. So that's what I'm working with today. And when you have 4, there's really nothing to consider. You just put all 4 into all 4 slots. However, when there's 2 sticks, there are actually 2 designated slots on your motherboard that you should be putting them in first. So that's what I'm going to show you. Now, this is something that you'll find on pretty much every modern motherboard. Now, if it's not on the motherboard or printed on the motherboard itself, it'll definitely be in your manual. So bust out that 753 page manual, search for your DIMM slots, and then it should tell you which ones to put them in. But in this case, we're lucky enough that on the MSI mortar board, it's actually printed on the board. So we'll show that where it is anyway. So essentially, it'll generally be located somewhere on or near your DIMM slots. In this case, it's right here. And if you look at that, it actually tells you which slots to put them in. Now, got some interesting eyesight going on here, but it's the first and the third slot. So it's this slot here and this slot here. With RAM, the cool thing is there's only one way to install them. And if you manage to install them incorrectly, I think you should get a kudos because it's really hard to do. You'll notice that there's a short side and a long side to the sticks of RAM, and they coincide with the long and the short side of this slot here. So what you might not seen me have done is these actually snap open to let you install RAM. So quick and easy thing is you just pull back on this. Some motherboards actually only have one side that move. So, in that case, it's generally the top. So you just open up the top and it's the same thing. In this case, this motherboard, both sides open up. So looking at the diagram, we're going to install this stick in here. Now before I go further, there isn't a first and second stick. They are considered equal. So it doesn't matter which actual stick you put in the first slot. It just needs to be in order for the motherboard. So we'll go with that. Just going to line it up here. So you can see the long edge, the short edge, and you feed it into the little slots there. And now it's not in completely. You do need to push down. And now, if you haven't installed RAM before, it can be quite tight and you may feel like you're going to break something. Don't worry about that, just do it with some confidence. It will go in. It can require a little bit more force. This one has actually been used quite a lot, so it's quite easy to chuck them in. But there you go. That's RAM installed correctly. So if you have 4 sticks, you just put the other 2 sticks in there. It wouldn't matter how you put them in straight away anyway. But it's more important if you have 2 sticks, you should pay attention to which 2 slots you need to put them in. Now that part where I said you're leaving performance on the table, well, that comes from the speeds. So you've done all this research, you found out that 3200 is generally where your budget meets performance, and that's what you've gotten for speed. However, if you haven't enabled a certain setting in BIOS, which is a one-click solution, and I'll show you, then it will actually be underclocking your memory, and you won't be getting the speeds that you think you are. And this goes for 3600 and above. So what you're looking to do is enable an XMP profile, or I think with AMD it's AMP, I just call it XMP. XMP, if you look it up on Google, you'll find what you're looking for, but I'm actually going to show you how you can do it very simply on your motherboard. And it generally works for all motherboards. It's just a preset that you enable. So what I'm going to do is hack job a monitor up here and this PC. All right. Should be all good here. Just gonna grab off camera this keyboard. Now I've been quite lazy and I haven't installed the headers. So I'm gonna jump start this PC with a screwdriver. So all motherboards are different, but generally just slam the delete key or F12 key until you reach the BIOS. Now here, I guess it's going to be a bit hard. I might have to come around there, but let's do that. And Sarah can just show you what I'm looking at on the screen anyway. So with this, the setting we're looking for is actually right here. And it says XMP disabled. This is now making that the RAM is running in 267 or 2667. So it's underclocking. This is 3200 megahertz RAM. All we need to do is navigate to the XMP. So find your way over here. On some MSI boards, it's actually a button, so you can use your mouse and scroll over to it. And you just, in this case, we're going to hit enter, and it's actually going to load XMP Profile 1. That's the preset I recommend you use. Sometimes you actually have two presets. Just go with the first one, and you'll see that it's loaded up, that it's saying 3200 with the correct timings as well. That's pretty much all you need to do. So you navigate your way over to a save and exit, which is over there. In this case, I'm just going to hit F10. I am sure. It's going to restart your system. And once it's restarted and it boots back up into Windows, you'll see that you actually have 3200 megahertz RAM, where your RAM is running at that speed. Yeah, it's really all that simple, installing RAM, but also making sure you don't leave the performance on the table. And I think that's about it. So with these real-time installs, we try to make them as easy to follow along as possible. So feel free to leave your suggestions down in the comments if there are certain things that you actually want to see done in real time. We'll make sure we can add them to the list. Otherwise, if you do have questions in regards to RAM, feel free to drop them in the comments below as well. I don't see a video being a better place to do that, especially if it's on RAM. I think that's about it. We'll see you in a new video sometime soon, but feel free to watch this real-time video here or something else we've done over here. Bye-bye. Think we're good? Cool.